we are reminded of the enduring power of words, especially those that come from a place of deep faith, wisdom, and love. One of the most influential speakers of our time, Billy Graham, inspired millions around the world through his powerful speeches. His words continue to resonate with us because they speak to the very core of the human experience, our need for love, hope, faith, and purpose. Billy Graham's messages were not just about religion, they were about life. His speeches transcended the boundaries of faith, providing guidance, encouragement, and a sense of purpose to people from all walks of life. So, in this moment, let us pause and reflect on some of the most powerful and timeless lessons we can take from Billy Graham's life and speeches. These are not just lessons of faith, but of how to live a life of integrity, love, and resilience. Billy Graham believed that faith is the bedrock of a meaningful and fulfilling life. Faith is not a fleeting concept or something reserved for times of ease. It is the unwavering force that sustains us during both the highs and the lows of our existence. Faith is far more than just a belief in something intangible. It is the inner strength that carries us through life's toughest challenges. It is the assurance that no matter what happens, we are never truly alone. In times of prosperity, faith may seem easy to maintain. Life is smooth and everything feels aligned. However, true faith is revealed in the difficult moments. It is in the face of adversity, when life feels uncertain or overwhelming, that faith becomes our guiding light. Billy Graham often spoke of faith as a power that enables us to hold on to hope, even when the future seems unclear. It is in those dark and challenging moments that faith transforms from an abstract idea into a tangible force that keeps us grounded. Faith, as Graham expressed, is not a crutch for the weak, but a source of strength for the strong. It provides us with the courage to stand firm in the face of fear, to persevere when life's burdens seem too heavy to bear, and to trust that there is a higher purpose even in the midst of hardship. With faith, we are reminded that we are part of a bigger picture, that our struggles are not in vain, and that every challenge we face has the potential to lead us to deeper growth and understanding. Faith gives us the confidence that no matter how isolated we might feel, we are not alone. It is the comforting assurance that, even when the world around us seems to fall apart, we are supported by something greater than ourselves. Whether it is a belief in God, a spiritual connection, or an unwavering trust in humanity, faith helps us find meaning in times of suffering and hardship. It is this unshakable trust that enables us to move forward with resilience and purpose. Billy Graham also taught that faith is not something we can simply possess. It is something we actively practice. It's about choosing to trust, to believe, and to keep moving forward even when we don't have all the answers. It's a daily commitment to lean into our beliefs, knowing that each step we take, no matter how small, is a step toward a greater understanding of ourselves and the world around us. In essence, faith is the glue that holds us together during life's toughest challenges. It is what propels us forward, even when the road is uncertain and steep. It reminds us that we are never truly alone, that strength comes from within, and that, with faith, we have the resilience to face anything that comes our way. Hope is the force that keeps us moving forward, especially in the darkest times. Billy Graham often spoke about the importance of hope, reminding us that it is the light we can cling to when everything else feels uncertain. In the face of life's hardships, hope is the flame that guides us through the shadows, allowing us to endure and find our way to a brighter future. When life throws challenges our way, whether it's personal loss, illness, financial struggles, or emotional pain, hope is what keeps us from giving up. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the weight of these trials and to believe that there is no way out. However, as Billy Graham emphasized, hope is not just wishful thinking, it's the belief that no matter how difficult things may seem right now, the future holds the possibility of better days. Hope isn't just a passive feeling, it's an active choice to continue believing in a brighter tomorrow, even when the present feels impossible to navigate. Billy Graham often reminded his audiences that hope is not bound by the circumstances we face. Even when things seem hopeless, hope reminds us that there is always a path forward. It encourages us to look beyond the immediate struggles and envision a future filled with possibilities. Hope is the belief that the hardships we face today are not the end of the story, but rather a chapter in the journey that will lead us to greater strength, resilience, and understanding. Hope is the belief that we have the power to change our circumstances, or at the very least find peace within them. In the darkest moments of life, it can be easy to feel alone, as though the weight of the world is too much to bear. But hope reminds us that we are never truly alone. Whether it's our faith, the love and support of family and friends, or our own inner strength, hope connects us to a source of strength beyond ourselves. It assures us that even in times of adversity, there is always something to hold on to, a reason to keep going, a light that will eventually shine through the darkness. Hope is also a powerful motivator for change. It pushes us to take action, to seek solutions, and to keep working toward a better future. Without hope, we may find ourselves paralyzed by fear, unsure of how to take the next step. But with hope, we are emboldened to move forward, even if that first step is small. Hope helps us maintain a sense of purpose, knowing that our efforts, no matter how insignificant they may seem in the moment, are leading us towards something greater. Billy Graham's words remind us that hope is the flame that never goes out, even in the darkest of times. It is the constant reminder that brighter days are ahead, and that with perseverance and faith, we can face whatever challenges come our way. In the end, hope gives us the strength to carry on, to rise above adversity, and to trust that a better future is always within reach. In all of his messages, Billy Graham emphasized one central truth: the power of love. Love, as he often preached, is not just an emotion or fleeting feeling. It is the most powerful force in the world. It transcends all barriers, heals wounds, and binds us together in ways that nothing else can. Through love, we find our true purpose, our deeper meaning, and the strength to overcome the challenges life throws at us. Billy Graham's belief in love was not based on an idealistic notion of perfection, but on the understanding that love is the foundation of human connection. It is through love that we are able to look beyond our differences, whether they are cultural, racial, social, or ideological, and see one another as human beings worthy of respect, compassion, and kindness. Love is what breaks down the walls of fear, prejudice, and misunderstanding. When we embrace love, we open ourselves up to understanding and accepting each other despite our imperfections and differences. One of the most profound messages Billy Graham shared was that love is transformative. It has the power to heal even the deepest wounds. Whether it's the pain of personal loss, betrayal, or emotional hardship, love provides a path toward healing and restoration. It is love that gives us the capacity to forgive, to let go of past hurts and embrace a future filled with possibility. Love transforms bitterness into compassion, anger into understanding, and despair into hope. In a world often marked by division and conflict, love has the power to mend broken hearts, rebuild shattered trust, and create peace where there once was none. Moreover, Billy Graham often reminded us that love is not limited to romantic relationships, but is something that should extend to everyone we encounter. Love is not just about feeling affection for those close to us. It is about embodying compassion and empathy for all people. True love, as Billy Graham taught, is about service. It's about giving of ourselves without expecting anything in return. It's the love that reaches out to those who are hurting, offering a listening ear or a helping hand. It's the love that extends grace even to those who may not deserve it, because love, in its purest form, is unconditional. Love also holds the key to finding our true purpose and meaning in life. When we love, we connect with something greater than ourselves. Love is the compass that guides us to live lives of meaning, fulfillment, and impact. It is through love that we find our calling to help others, to serve, to make a difference. When we live with love as our driving force, we are not just living for ourselves, we are living for others. And in doing so, we experience the deepest sense of purpose. Billy Graham's message about love reminds us that love is not merely a passive experience, but an active choice. It is a commitment to look beyond ourselves, to be patient, to forgive, and to serve. Love is the foundation on which we build our relationships, our communities, and our lives. It is through love that we connect to one another, heal our wounds, and find the strength to live a meaningful life. In the end, the power of love is something that can never be underestimated. It is through love that we discover who we truly are. And it is through love that we are able to make the world a better place. Billy Graham's teachings on love remind us that love is the force that binds us all together, transforming, healing, and guiding us toward a life of purpose and fulfillment. Billy Graham's life was a testament to the power and importance of integrity. He lived with unshakable honesty, authenticity, and moral clarity, demonstrating to all who followed him that true success is built on a foundation of character. In a world often obsessed with external achievements, wealth, fame, power, Billy Graham reminded us that nothing is more valuable than our integrity. It is the core of who we are, the measure of our character, and the true reflection of our values. Integrity is not just about doing the right thing when others are watching. It is about making the right choices when no one else is around. It's a deep-rooted commitment to doing what's right, regardless of the consequences or the external pressures that may urge us to compromise our values. Billy Graham's life exemplified this principle. He faced immense public scrutiny, yet throughout his ministry he remained steadfast in his dedication to honesty, transparency, and truth. He built his ministry not on the grandeur of wealth or fame, but on the trust he earned from others through his unwavering integrity. Billy Graham often taught that our character is the most valuable thing we possess. It is the essence of who we are. It defines our actions, our relationships, and our legacy. Success can be fleeting, and wealth can come and go, but our integrity remains. A good name, built through honest actions and strong moral principles, is something that no amount of worldly success can replace. In fact, the more we chase after external achievements without a solid foundation of integrity, the more likely we are to lose what truly matters, our sense of self-worth and trust in others. In his lifetime, Billy Graham made it clear that integrity must be the guiding principle of all we do. It's about consistency in our words and actions. It's about keeping promises, being truthful even when it's uncomfortable, and living with a moral compass that remains firm in all circumstances. He also emphasized that integrity is the foundation of strong, healthy relationships. Whether in marriage, family, or work, trust is built on the consistency of one's actions. Without integrity, relationships are fragile, and the bonds we form are easily broken. Integrity is not just a personal virtue. It has a far-reaching impact on the world around us. When we live with integrity, we set an example for others to follow. Our actions influence those around us, and our commitment to truth and honesty can inspire others to do the same. In this way, integrity becomes a ripple effect, creating an environment where trust, respect, and genuine relationships can thrive. Billy Graham's unwavering commitment to integrity serves as a reminder to all of us that success and wealth are not the ultimate measures of our lives. Instead, it is our character, the way we choose to live, the honesty with which we treat others, and the moral foundation we stand upon. That defines us. No amount of success can replace the value of a good name, and no achievement can surpass the lasting impact of honest action. Integrity, as Billy Graham demonstrated, is the key to a life well lived and a legacy that endures. Billy Graham frequently spoke about the profound truth that each of us has a unique purpose in life. He encouraged individuals to seek their purpose with open hearts, even when it seems unclear or elusive. Life's journey is rarely straightforward, and our purpose may not always be evident from the start. However, as Billy Graham wisely pointed out, when we approach life with a heart open to guidance and growth, the path to our true calling will begin to unfold. Embracing our purpose isn't just a matter of discovering what we are meant to do. It's about stepping forward with faith, trusting that each step brings us closer to the life we are meant to live. Billy Graham believed that our purpose is not merely something to be found in grand accomplishments, but it's about the everyday actions that lead us to live out our calling. Each person is uniquely designed with gifts, talents, and passions that contribute to the greater good. But sometimes we can get lost in the noise of life, caught up in the pursuit of external achievements or comparing ourselves to others, and lose sight of our deeper calling. This is where the wisdom of Graham comes in. To find purpose, we must first silence the distractions and look within ourselves. The journey of discovering our purpose may not always be easy, and it may take time to fully understand where we fit into the world's grand tapestry. However, Billy Graham's message was clear. Our purpose is often revealed when we open our hearts to God, to others, and to the opportunities around us. It is through living authentically, being true to who we are, and pursuing what brings us fulfillment that we come closer to realizing our calling. For some, this might mean a career or profession, but for many, it's about the impact we have on those around us, the way we serve, the kindness we show, and the positive change we inspire. Billy Graham also emphasized that embracing our purpose goes hand in hand with living a life of service. He believed that true fulfillment comes not from focusing solely on ourselves, but from using our talents and time to help others. When we embrace our purpose, we begin to see the world through a lens of compassion and contribution. Our purpose is not just about achieving personal success, it's about how we can make a meaningful difference in the lives of others. This is the essence of a life well lived. Ultimately, embracing our purpose is about living with intention and direction. It's about aligning our actions with our deepest values and finding joy in knowing that our efforts matter. It's a commitment to being present in each moment, trusting that our unique gifts can help shape a brighter future for ourselves and the world. Billy Graham reminded us that we are all part of something greater, and when we embrace our purpose, we contribute to the collective good. In a world that often pulls us in many different directions, embracing our purpose allows us to stand firm in our beliefs and guide our lives with clarity. So, let us take Billy Graham's words to heart. Seek your purpose with an open heart, embrace it fully, and let it guide you to make a lasting difference in the world. Through that purpose, we will not only find meaning in our own lives, but also bring light and hope to others along the way. Fear is a universal experience, something that each of us encounters at various points in our lives. Whether it's fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or fear of loss, it can feel paralyzing. However, as Billy Graham often reminded us, fear does not have to define us. It is not the presence of fear that determines our strength, but how we respond to it. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the will and determination to move forward despite it. With courage, we can face any challenge and continue on our journey even when fear threatens to hold us back. Billy Graham believed that courage is a gift we all possess, though it may take time to recognize and fully embrace. Courage doesn't come naturally to everyone, and it certainly doesn't come without struggle. Fear can be overwhelming, and there are moments in life when it seems easier to retreat or give up than to press forward. Yet, Graham's message was clear. Courage is about moving forward with faith, even when the path ahead is unclear and fear looms large. It is about trusting that, even in the face of uncertainty, we have the strength within us to take the next step. The courage to confront fear is not about being fearless or invincible. Instead, it is about acknowledging our fears and deciding not to let them control us. Graham often spoke about how we all experience fear, but that courage is the ability to take action despite it. Whether we are stepping into a new chapter in life, facing a daunting challenge, or standing up for what we believe in, courage is what allows us to continue moving forward when everything inside us wants to turn back. One of the most powerful aspects of courage is its ability to transform us. When we face our fears, we grow stronger, more resilient, and more confident. Each time we take a step forward, even in the midst of fear, we expand our capacity for greatness. Billy Graham's life was a shining example of this. He faced numerous challenges and adversities, but it was his courage in the face of fear that allowed him to become a source of inspiration to millions of people around the world. And he didn't let the fear of failure or criticism stop him. Instead, he embraced the courage to pursue his calling with relentless faith and determination. Courage also provides a sense of freedom. When we allow fear to rule us, it traps us in a prison of doubt and hesitation. But when we summon the courage to act despite our fears, we experience liberation. We become free to pursue our dreams, to live authentically, and to take risks that lead to personal growth and fulfillment. Courage frees us to live with purpose and conviction. Billy Graham's teachings remind us that fear is not something to be ashamed of, but something to face head-on. We all feel fear, but it's through courage that we conquer it. Courage allows us to move forward even when the road is difficult. It empowers us to confront challenges, to embrace opportunities, and to live lives of meaning and impact. So as we encounter fear in our own lives, let us remember that it is not the fear that defines us, but our courage to keep moving forward. With courage, we can overcome any obstacle and continue to grow into the people we were always meant to be. Forgiveness is a powerful and recurring theme in Billy Graham's messages. Throughout his ministry, he emphasized that forgiveness is not just something we extend to others, it is something we do for ourselves. Forgiveness, as Billy Graham taught, is a key to unlocking true peace and emotional freedom. When we hold on to grudges, anger, or resentment, we are carrying a heavy burden that weighs us down. But when we choose to forgive, we are releasing ourselves from that weight and opening the door to healing and restoration. At its core, forgiveness is about letting go, not for the sake of the person who wronged us, but for our own well-being. The act of forgiveness doesn't mean that we condone the wrongs done to us or that we forget the hurt we've experienced. It simply means that we choose to release the power that the offense has over us. Billy Graham often spoke about how, as human beings, we are naturally inclined to hold on to past hurts. But doing so only keeps us tethered to pain and bitterness. It's when we forgive that we break free from this cycle of negativity and move toward healing. Holding on to anger or grudges creates emotional and spiritual barriers within us. It keeps us stuck in a cycle of pain and prevents us from fully experiencing the joy and peace that life has to offer. Billy Graham understood that forgiveness is a process, and it isn't always easy. There may be deep wounds that require time and effort to heal. However, he consistently reminded us that forgiveness is a choice, a decision to move forward, no matter how difficult it may be. Forgiveness doesn't diminish the importance of justice or accountability, but it allows us to release the chains of resentment and take back control of our emotional health. When we forgive, we create space for peace and love to flow into our lives. Forgiveness brings healing, not only for the person who has wronged us, but also for ourselves. It enables us to let go of negative emotions that can hinder our growth and happiness. In his many teachings, Billy Graham emphasized that forgiveness is essential for both our emotional and spiritual well-being. It is through forgiveness that we experience a deeper connection to others, and most importantly, we experience peace within ourselves. Forgiveness is not always easy. It can be one of the most challenging aspects of the human experience, especially when the hurt is deep and personal. Yet, Billy Graham reminded us that forgiveness is a choice that ultimately sets us free. It is a liberating force that heals our hearts and souls, allowing us to move forward with a renewed sense of peace, love, and understanding. In his life and teachings, Billy Graham showed us that forgiveness is transformative. It is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It requires courage to forgive, and in doing so, we open ourselves up to healing, growth, and emotional freedom. As we embrace the power of forgiveness, we find that it heals our wounds, restores our spirits, and frees us to live the lives we were meant to lead. Forgiveness is not just a gift we give others, it is a gift we give ourselves. And it is through this act of grace that we can live in peace and experience true emotional freedom. Billy Graham often reflected on the brevity of life, reminding us that time is one of the most precious resources we have. Life is fragile, and its length is uncertain. One of his most profound messages was the urgency of living with purpose, passion, and intention, making each day count, because tomorrow is never guaranteed. The truth is, we often take the gift of time for granted, assuming that we have all the time in the world to pursue our dreams, mend relationships, or make a difference. However, as Billy Graham taught, we must understand that life is short, and it's up to us to make the most of every moment. Each day we are given is an opportunity to create meaning and impact in our own lives and the lives of others. Billy Graham often emphasized the importance of not waiting for tomorrow to start making changes. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that we'll do something important someday, that we'll work on our goals next year, or that we'll show kindness when the time is right. However, time waits for no one. The decisions we make today shape the course of our lives. The relationships we nurture, the work we do, and the ways we choose to serve others. All of these have eternal significance. Living with purpose means making the most of each day. It means setting meaningful goals, investing in the things that matter, and living authentically. Billy Graham's life was a shining example of this kind of purposeful living. He didn't wait for the right moment to share his message or serve others. He took action in the present, knowing that life is a fleeting gift. Through his ministry, he touched millions of lives and left an indelible legacy because he lived with an unwavering sense of purpose and urgency. Furthermore, living with kindness and passion is key to making our lives count. Billy Graham often spoke about how small acts of kindness, even when they seem insignificant, have a profound impact on the world around us. Whether it's a word of encouragement, a helping hand, or simply offering love and compassion to those in need, every act of kindness ripples outward, creating change. It's easy to overlook these everyday opportunities, but they are the moments that build our legacy. Passion is also a crucial component of making life count. Passion fuels us to go beyond the ordinary, to push through challenges, and to pursue the things that matter most. When we live with passion, we bring energy and commitment to whatever we do, whether it's our work, our relationships, or our personal growth. Passion gives us the drive to make a difference, to impact others, and to live a life that is full and meaningful. Billy Graham's message on the brevity of life is a call to action. It's a reminder that every day is a gift, and we must make it count. We should not wait until tomorrow to pursue our dreams, to reconcile with loved ones, or to live with purpose. Today is the day to start. Embrace the opportunities you have right now. Live with purpose, kindness, and passion, and make every moment matter. When we do this, we not only enrich our own lives, but also make a lasting impact on the world around us. One of the most profound and enduring aspects of Billy Graham's preaching was his unwavering message of equality. He firmly believed that no matter our background, race, socioeconomic status, or past mistakes, we are all equal in God's eyes. In a world that often emphasizes division and differences, this message of equality was a cornerstone of Graham's ministry and a principle that resonates deeply, especially today. It is a powerful reminder that at the core of our humanity, we are all children of God, deserving of love, respect, and dignity. Billy Graham consistently taught that our value is not determined by the labels society places on us or the status we hold in the world. Whether rich or poor, successful or struggling, each of us is equally loved by God. This radical message of equality speaks directly to the heart of many of the challenges we face today, including racism, social injustice, and inequality. Billy Graham's life and ministry were rooted in the understanding that God's love knows no bounds and that every person, regardless of their background, is precious in His sight. The message of equality in God's eyes challenges us to look beyond the surface, whether it's someone's race, appearance, or social standing, and recognize the inherent worth of every individual. Billy Graham believed that we should treat one another with the same love and respect that God shows to us. He preached that the gospel was for everyone, regardless of who they were or where they came from. This inclusivity was a central theme in his ministry, and it remains a crucial message for us today, particularly in a time when division often takes precedence over unity. By embracing the idea that we are all equal in God's eyes, we break down the walls that separate us. We realize that our differences, whether cultural, racial, or ideological, do not diminish our value as human beings. Instead, they add to the rich diversity of God's creation. When we truly understand this, we become better equipped to foster empathy, compassion, and understanding. This mindset helps to heal the divisions that so often plague society and allows us to come together in the spirit of love and unity. In a world that can sometimes feel divided, Billy Graham's message serves as a reminder that we are all part of the same human family, all equally deserving of love and respect. It challenges us to act with kindness and fairness toward others, regardless of their background. More than just a message for the past, this truth is just as relevant today as it was in Graham's time. As we face challenges like inequality, discrimination, and prejudice, we must remind ourselves that we are all children of God. No one is more important or more valuable than another. We all share the same worth in His eyes. Billy Graham's legacy continues to inspire and guide us toward a more inclusive, compassionate, and just world. His message of equality reminds us that our actions should reflect the deep truth that in God's eyes we are all equal. By embracing this truth, we can move toward a future where unity and love transcend the barriers that too often divide us. It is a call to look past our differences and recognize the shared humanity that connects us all. In this, we find not only healing for our own hearts, but a way to build a more compassionate and just world for everyone. Billy Graham often emphasized the transformative power of prayer, not only as a means to seek help in times of crisis, but as a vital and ongoing way to stay connected to something greater than ourselves. Prayer, in Graham's teachings, was not merely a list of requests or a ritual performed during moments of distress. It was a personal, intimate conversation with God, a lifeline to spiritual clarity, strength, and peace. He believed that prayer was one of the most powerful tools we have to navigate the challenges of life, to express gratitude, and to align ourselves with a higher purpose. Billy Graham's view of prayer was centered on its role as a constant, everyday practice. He encouraged individuals to pray not only when they were in need, but also in moments of joy, peace, and gratitude. Prayer is an ongoing conversation with the divine, an opportunity to connect with God in a deep and personal way. In this dialogue, we share our fears, hopes, dreams, and concerns, and in turn, we listen for guidance, wisdom, and prayer, as Graham taught, is not a one-way street. It is a two-way interaction that strengthens our relationship with God and opens our hearts to His presence. In times of crisis, prayer can provide immediate comfort. When we are struggling or facing challenges that seem insurmountable, prayer offers us a sense of peace and reassurance that we are not alone. Billy Graham often spoke about how prayer, in its simplicity and sincerity, has the power to calm anxious hearts and bring clarity during the most difficult times. It is in those quiet moments of prayer that we are reminded of God's sovereignty, His love for us, and His promise to guide us through life's uncertainties. But prayer is not just for times of crisis. It is also a tool for growth and connection. Regular prayer helps to deepen our relationship with God, fostering a sense of spiritual discipline and closeness. It is through consistent prayer that we align our hearts with God's will, seeking His guidance and strength as we navigate life's journey. Prayer helps to center our minds and refocus our hearts on what truly matters, whether it's our personal growth, our relationships, or our mission in life. Billy Graham also highlighted the role of prayer in bringing peace. Prayer has a unique ability to bring peace to the soul, quieting the noise of the world and allowing us to experience a moment of stillness in God's presence. In today's fast-paced, chaotic world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the constant demands and distractions around us. But in the stillness of prayer, we find a sanctuary of peace where we can lay down our burdens and receive strength for the journey ahead. It is through prayer that we are reminded that peace is not something we can find externally, but something that comes from within, a peace that surpasses understanding. Ultimately, Billy Graham's message about prayer calls us to make prayer a central part of our lives. It's not just a tool for times of crisis, but a powerful and ongoing way to stay connected to God, find clarity in moments of confusion, receive strength during trials, and experience peace in the midst of chaos. Prayer reminds us that we are never truly alone. No matter the circumstances, we have access to divine guidance, love, and support. As we commit ourselves to regular prayer, we open ourselves to the transformative power it offers, allowing us to walk through life with a deeper sense of peace, purpose, and connection to the divine.